Hey, my friends. Well, hello. Today, I am going to be sewing the second part of our Crosswalk Plus by Robin Pickens. Last week, we made these plus blocks, and this week, we will be making these blocks right here. And as you can see, there are a lot of those. So it'll be a lot of chain piecing. So this week we will need our 10 by 5 blocks and our corners, and they are going to stitch and flip on these corners here. I've already cut all of mine, and I've already drawn my lines on all of them. I am just going to pair a few of them up so I won't have to match them while I wait on some people to come in. Oh, I forgot I had different ones. Hi, Lisa. Cool. What are you cooking? If you have time to tell me. My husband is in there preparing some steaks to put on the grill for us. I am just stitching and flipping on these blocks, putting these stitch and flips in the corner for our second part of our sew along. Roast with gravy over rice. Oh, that sounds good, Lisa. That sounds really good. Steak and potatoes at this house. I hope you had a good work day. Mine ended a little earlier than I expected. It wasn't too rough of a day. All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Lisa. I have to remember to do that. Hi, Becky. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I was telling Lisa, we're just this week we are just stitching and flipping on the corner of the large rectangle block, large rectangles. And you're just gonna stitch and flip all the way around them. There's 24 of them. So it'll be a lot of chain pieces. Hi, Zaza. How are you today? I did, Becky. I did, and I have not gotten anything. I'm still waiting on one more box before I can get everything sent out. So, my wonderful husband likes to come in. Hi, Annette. My wonderful husband likes to throw away my boxes. He likes to go through all the rooms, and when I've hid them, he likes to throw them away. Hey, Chloe. I'm gonna recap. Today we're making a lot. We are working on the. I'm sorry, I'm using this camera. The crosswalk plus Sewalong, and we are making these little blocks right here, which is a lot of stitch and flip on these rectangles right here. So it's going to be a lot of chain piecing, but it should be pretty quick to get through. Hi, Katie. How are y'all this evening? How did your day go today? How has the week been so far? Although it's really just getting started, but how has your week been so far? And is it raining where you are? We had a day without rain today. Which is shocking. And how many of you have started on this Sewalong? Or are you doing it? Or are you just sewing with something else and just listening as you work? What are we all up to? Oh, and my blocks. I mean, this might be the one I made last week, but I took one down off the wall. So last week we made these. And this week I'm just stitching and flipping. Home from the sea. Katie says, home from the grocery store. Coffee and cream were at dangerously low levels. I know the feeling. My creamer is at a dangerously low level too. Mine is as well. Thank you, Lisa. I like it. I'm having to get used to the fact that I used a woven and it's so, I don't know if the camera is showing it or not, but it's so really wrinkly. It's not. But you know how you can't really press wrinkles out of a woven fabric? You know, it looks flat, but it's not. Yes, it is starch, Zaza. But thank you so much for saying it's pretty. You know, you can't quite get the wrinkles out of a woven. It looks pressed, but it still looks kind of wrinkly in the texture. I'm having to get used to that. Chloe says, I still have to sew last week's blocks up, hoping to catch up. It is a busy time of year over here. I understand. I understand. I was hoping I picked something that wasn't too hard to kind of get through with this Sewalong. I think it's gonna be really pretty. Let's see, Katie. We have dark and threatening clouds, but no rain so far. My sinuses can feel the pressure change. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Thank you. I like the colors as well. Thank you so much. And that. There are 24 of these to stitch and flip, so it'll be a minute. Last week I went to the doctor, you guys, and I don't really have many health issues. And I don't feel like this is a health issue, but apparently I am developing tendonitis or something in this finger on my left hand. Something right here. So I wake up in the morning and I can't stretch this finger out. And I have to ease it very slowly because it hurts. Very slowly ease it open. Zaza, I had very heavy rain today and a migraine. Ugh. That's not fun, Zaza, at all. Because they last longer than the rain most of the time. That sucks. So they gave me some medication and some steroid to take. And I've been taking it for a week. And it feels like my hand's getting worse rather than better. So after I get it straightened out, I end up having to keep it straight. Because if I take any time and hold it like bent, it goes back to that same state. I don't think I do. Lisa asked, do I sleep with my hand tucked under my pillow? And I don't think so. I don't know. I might have to ask my husband that, girl, because I'm asleep. I don't look at myself when I'm asleep. I'm just sleeping. But I don't know. I have to ask him to pay attention to that. I don't know what it is. First, I thought maybe my husband sleeps like he's in a casket. He sleeps like this. And that disturbs me. So, and then I thought maybe I'm clenching. She said, my husband has, Zaza says, my husband has that, and I can't remember what it's called, but the tendon is tightening up. They can cut the tendons. Oh, I'm leaning towards when I go back to the doctor saying, just do whatever you need to do to fix it, because I type all day and I feel like I'm just re-injuring myself every day that I go to work, even if I was to try some kind of therapy or something. Because again, I type all day, every day. So I'm leaning towards that same thing if it's an option when I go back to see the doctor. Oh, well, that's good, Zaza, because Migraines can last longer than the rain. The rain will come and go, and the migraines will stay there with you. And we don't want to make friends of them. We don't need them to come and visit and overstay their welcome. Thank you so much, Janie. Is that your name, Janie? His is from holding power tools and screwdrivers. I don't really know what mine is from because I've been typing all my life and I've never had a problem. But I mean, all my life, maybe this is the problem I ran into. Katie says neighbor to the east had to have their sewer line replaced. Large equipment digging and making noise since early this morning. Hope they get it done soon. Ooh, bless their hearts. Bless your heart too, because that is a lot of noise. Hi, Janie, and welcome. Am I saying that right? Is it Janie? Janie? Thank you, though, for being here and welcome. It's been hurting. My hand's been hurting me most of the day because today was a really bad day to try to figure out how to get it straight. Yeah, Yanni. Okay, okay. Yanni, got you. Not a fan of construction noise. Me either. Me either. Johnny. Okay. I'm gonna get it right sooner or later. Either that or I'm gonna come up for the whole other nickname for you. Whole other nickname for you, Johnny. So what's everybody working on? Other than this. So if you're working on this, I know you're working on this, but what are you working on other than this? And I'm gonna stop right after this and show y'all what our lovely Gina sent me in the mail. Y'all. I like to died and went straight to heaven. So I got an email from Gina, and Gina goes, I got something to send you. What's your address? And so I gave her my address and she sent it. And y'all, cool, Lisa. You got to feed that man to keep him. Look what she sent me, y'all. I like to have died and gone to heaven because I did not get this line of fabric. By the time I saw it and knew that I loved it and went to get it, it was like sold out. It is Ebb and Flow by Isolda Designs with Wyndham Fabric. Look at this loveliness. I'll go this way because this is where y'all at. Look at this loveliness. It is beautiful, Zaza. Oh, it's just magic all in itself. I mean, it's just, I love it. It is 9 yards of fabric, you guys. 9. 9 yards of fabric. And so, you know, when I opened the box, I had to just continue going down the rabbit hole. And this is what is going to go in. I'm going to put this fabric into this pattern and make that size. I love it. Love, love. I think so. And all I need is I think it takes 11 3/4 yards. I have 9 full yards here. So I'm going to just pull 2 solids of some kind out of my stash that break up all the movement that's in here. And then I got some navy yardage that's going to end up being all of the sashing in between here. All this sashing and border. I got navy yardage that's going to end up being that. I love it. Love, 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 love. And of course, it's my girl, Robin Pickens. What? I literally looked at this for like 3 hours. I just stared at it. Like, what in the world? So needless to say, I am not putting a package together to send to Gina because I just can't. I'm so grateful for it and so just outdone as she sent it to me that I am going to, like, I got to shower her with love like she just showered me. Yep, she just sent me clear down the rabbit hole with that. I like it. It's a really, really, and it's not hard. I went through it and I was like, this is going to be super duper easy to put together. It's going to be a lot of pieces because it makes a, well, let me tell y'all wrong. Let me grab it. I'm doing it in the large size, which is a queen size, and it makes 93 by 102 and a half. So that's pretty big. It's pretty big. So it's a lot of blocks, but they're all repetitions. There's only 3 blocks in it. There's only 3 blocks in the quilt. You just make a lot of them. In the sashing. And sashing, for me, is always the worst part. Always. It's always pretty boring. And it feels like it's never going to end. Yes, nice big blocks. I think they're all like 9 and a half inches. So they're not, there's no small, tiny blocks with it. I think it's going to be really, really pretty. And my husband will finally get a quilt on the bed that doesn't look like a girl. Finally. Outside of that, what I'm working on besides this is Adidas Sitar's 1976. She's calling it 1976. It's her 250th anniversary, U.S. anniversary quilt, mystery quilt. I have this piece made. Right, there was another one, but I probably lost it. And I have one more piece that has to go with it. Here it is. And I have this piece made, which goes on the corner of these pieces. And she's making it medallion style. So you're starting in the middle and working your way out. And every time you make a piece and fulfill a piece, you kind of work around the medallion and put it together. Kind of like Coriota's doing this year. She's, what month is this? June. So she's about to be on month 6 and I'm still on month 2. But this was something that I'd never done. Who's done this before? This is my very first time doing it. And this will probably be my last time doing it because this is like, ugh. I don't care for that method at all. It's a little more precise than I'm able to be on a regular basis, and keep the fun in the quilt. Let me put it that way. That's a little bit more tedious than I could do an entire quilt in that style. I can't do. Now you won't be using that style for this entire quilt because I've seen all the mystery pieces up until now, and the rest of so far the rest of them are pretty easy. But that it's a lot of preciseness, or else it doesn't come out right. Yes, you would. Yes, you would. You can do it, Gaga. I wouldn't want to do it. They are very fitsy. They have to be precise in order for it to line up the way it needs to be, and you have to do all that pinning in the right place. And when I get through with this part, I promise you I won't do another one. But I'm gonna make this one be as precise as I can be. But and it's 8 of those, and I think I made 2. So there's 8 of these that have to go together to make the center medallion. 8 of them, and I made 2, and I've got them all together. And the process is the process I've got down. The problem is I can't finish 8 at one time, so I have to come back and review the process all over again to make sure I'm getting it right. Let's see. Wait, she said, wait for you to start Karma Court. Talk about monotonous. I can imagine. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you so much. Let's see. And that says, but I haven't tried it since only using one hand. And and I don't think I will unless I have 2 cooperating hands. It's tedious. Lots of bad words will be involved. Yeah, lots of them involved in mine too. I'm not a gotta have perfect piecing kind of sewist. It doesn't have to be perfect for me to work with it, but it does have to, because I will leave a bad seam, not a bad seam, but I'll leave an off seam in my quilt. I will. I if I don't catch it and it's just a little off, and I don't catch it when the block is still here with me. Once it make it over there to that wall, to up on the wall for me to look at it, if it's in there, then it's staying in there. If I don't catch it while it's down here on the sewing machine. Now that is unless it's flipped upside down and turned sideways, where I just have to fix it. But if it's just some points that didn't quite match or anything like that, I'll fix that. I don't fix it because nobody else is going to see it but me. And I have already made up my mind that once it makes it over there to that wall, for it to sit up there and look at me while I look at it, we look beautiful to each other while it's over there and I'm over here. So I don't do all of that worrying about it. But I do try to make it look my best while it's with me. Okay. I'll leave a slightly wonky seam, but not a block in the wrong place. Yeah, not a block in the wrong place. Not if I look at it, I may not have looking at it here. I look at it over there and didn't realize that the corner of the block was turned the wrong way. I'll fix that. I'll fix that most times. I'll fix that. All right, I got all one on every one of these. So I'm gonna take about 5, and I'm gonna go ahead and put those 5 completely together, and then I will work on some more. Let me take more different colors. The rest of these after we finish. I will take about 5 of these and put all the corners on them. How about we put some different colors together? We ain't looking at the same colors the whole time. My mom says the people in the airplane won't see it if it's so it's fine. It sounds better in Spanish, but I get it. Yeah. I'm telling you, if it look all right, listen. If I can't see the wrinkles or whatever from over here in my chair to that wall, if I can't see it from here to there, then other people ain't gonna see it either. And if you that close on it, you up under it, and you already sleeping under it, and you don't need to be worried about it anyway. You already got it. Moving on. Let's see. Yeah, I'm okay with a little bit of. I'm okay with anything that shows my how far I've come, because that's one of those things that shows your growth. And I'm okay with any error that shows that you see it in that first set of blocks that I made, but as you move through the quilt, you don't see it anymore. I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. So Lisa's having roast gravy and rice. My husband's cooking steak and potatoes. What are the rest of you guys eating for dinner? For those that are, it's dinner time. I know everybody don't have dinner time right now. And Johnny, do you quilt as well? She said, fastest way to get off my list of people who are quilt worthy is to point out mistakes in my quilts. Okay, when I'm making blocks, but not when I. Yep. 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 That's right. Listen. The fastest way for you to show, hi, Deb. The fastest way for you to show your ungratefulness for as long as I sat here to put this thing together and gave it to you for free is to tell me there's something wrong with it. you ain't bought a stitch of thread, ain't picked out a pattern, and you haven't done a thing but take this home and lay it up under it. And then you're gonna tell me there's something wrong with it. Oh my gosh, she said I'm a product of YouTube lessons and permissions. Girl, YouTube University is the only way I learned how to do this, because the people in my family that quilted have passed on from my life, and I didn't learn it from them. I've only learned it in the last couple of years. A good quilter can hide those tiny flaws if they come upon it. A few quilt stitches and the puckering from the wash will hide most everything. You're right. As if it wasn't even there. Chris, 100%. Tell me when it's getting sold, but not yes, but not once it's done. Absolutely. I'm with you. Hi, Nikki. I am with you. Pepper. Hold on. Let me get this on. Okay. For those of you who just stopped in and just got here, we are making the Crosswalk Plus quilts. It is and we've already made our plus blocks. Let me show you. Wait, I think it's this way. We've already made our plus blocks. And today I am making a lot of these little buggers right here. And this is pretty simple, so I don't want to keep y'all like forever. Although I talk to y'all. I talk to y'all until y'all ain't got no more words to say. I will. Deb, I saw you was in Discord sewing today, weren't you? Let me cut these off. I am going to trim. I think. And I think this is where, I honestly think this might be where my finger is. You were earlier. Okay. I think this might be where my finger is getting messed up too. I'm kind of heavy-handed with the cutting, and I press really hard with that left hand because I'm right-handed, but it's the left hand that's giving me the problem. And I'm kind of thinking that might be part of the problem. Oh, I'm putting the right things on the right thing. Look at that. And I unexpectedly had to cut a different background for this because I was using just pieces that I had in my stash. So the background I wanted to have is like, can you see it? I think you can. So white on white that's got like all those little flowers in it. Then you see it better. Yeah, like there. And I didn't have enough. So I ended up having to pull something else. And we're going to hope it works itself out. But I think if I put them on the same blocks, it'll mix in enough that you won't be able to tell so much. I hear a lot of splashing going on in the kitchen. I hope he ain't burning up nothing. I hope not. Do you guys got any holidays or any vacations planned for the summer? My husband says that too, but isn't that when it's where you can't, I thought the trigger finger was where you can't bend. I'm not a bend, I'm not a can open. Like I'm stuck. I'm stuck in the curve. I can't get it back up here. And I thought the trigger finger was where you couldn't bend. Maybe, I don't know. But that's the term my husband uses too. He's a paramedic, and he works in the cath lab at one of our local hospitals. So before I run to a doctor, I usually be like, hey, what do you think about this? Let's see, Chloe, family vacation to New Hampshire with my husband's family. That sounds nice. That sounds nice. Oh, yeah, I have the same. So far, me and my husband may go to a few weekends, but my 2 trips that I am planning are quilt retreats. Let's see. It is any finger or thumb where the tendon contracts and refuses to straighten out at will. So maybe that's what I got then. Maybe that's what it is. So while you Googling, can you Google that and find out what they usually do for it? Because I feel like, what is going on? No trip planned until October. I hope to go camping a few times this summer. I have a retreat just with a few ladies from my guild in July. And I have a retreat with the guild, like a guild sponsored retreat, in October. And I have another sewing in town retreat in August. Maybe the August one. I'm not sure about the August one, but it's a possibility. Thank you. My husband. Let's see. Tammy's quilt retreat. Oh, that's right, Chloe. You going by yourself? I'm not gonna make it to Tammy's. Tammy's was a bit far. She said, I just plan on sewing. I understand that too, Deb. I understand that as well. Let me look up something really quick. I want to show you guys. Oh, did I leave y'all? Can y'all see me while I do this? Hold on 1 second. No, I don't want to do that. Let's do here. Okay. Can often result in surgery. Oh, let's see. Non-surgical care. Rest. Let me see what that says. Scroll back up. Where you at? Scroller. Let's see. Okay, wait. Rest, activity, moderate modification, wearing a splint, and taking anti-inflammatory medicines, injections like I'm taking one by mouth, and corticosteroid injections is highly effective at reducing inflammation and can often result in surgery. I've never been to a retreat. They sound like fun. I'm going to Festival of Quilts at the end of July. Now, Festival of Quilts, I would love to go to. Johnny said, I had to take corti shots years ago for tendonitis on my elbow. Painful as all get out. It is, but I'm probably not going to be a regular on taking the shots. I'm gonna try whatever option he feels like I should try, but I ain't trying but one more option. before I say, do it, take me in there and do whatever you need to do to dismingle. Because I won't do physical therapy, not because I don't believe in physical therapy, but because I sew a lot and I type all day, every day. And I think this comes more from the repetitive typing and the different things that I do than anything else. So if that's the case, I would be re-injuring myself every day while I'm trying to rehabilitate myself at the same time, and that makes no sense. Surgery, a minor outpatient procedure, can be performed to cut open the tightened sheath, allowing the tendon to glide freely. See, see. That's more the option that I'm gonna take. That is likely more the option that I'm gonna take. Cause yeah. All right. Let's see if we can get these other couple on here and finish up some of these squares and see what they look like. Oh, quilt retreats are a lot of fun. They are a lot of fun. They have been for me so far. Now, the first time I said this, I think I said this on Tammy's live, that the first time I went to one, I think I cleared my entire sewing room out when I got there. I had everything there. I don't think anything was left in here except the fabric. I took every piece of equipment, every ruler, irons, ironing station, everything. It will be the typing. My husband is the same. It's his job causing the problems. But even surgery isn't 100% predictive. I realize you're right. And I realize that, but at this point, I mean, really and truly, I didn't expect it to get worse after taking the medicine. And in the last couple of days, it's gotten worse. And I ain't even worked. Now, I'm sitting at work with my hand like this and typing with one hand, which, of course, I do too much work to continuously do that. But I hadn't even been using it. And it is worse. But repetitive motion. I got tendonitis from crocheting a blanket for my son. Took me 3 months, but I nonstop. Yep. Can often resolve the problem, not result in help. I hope the medicine works. I really do. But I plan on doing quilt retreats this year. I don't take as much, but I still tend to overpack for quilt retreats now, mainly because I don't want to get there and run out of something to do. If I get tired of doing something, I want to be able to switch to something else, and I want to have plenty to do while I'm there. I hope it works. And I know I'm 53, about to be 54. How old am I? Yeah, I'm about to be 54 years old. So I know there are things that are not going to feel like I'm young still. But this was a whole level of pain that I just wasn't ready. I was like, what is going on? This ain't right. And apparently my husband thinks music is supposed to go with the barbecue because he done turned on the 80s R&B music so loud, and I'm thinking, man, really? Didn't I tell you I was on this video? It's so loud, it's ridiculous. Okay, first block. What's this one about? Boy, he having a whole class reunion moment in there or something. I don't know what's going on. Thank you. My plans for this quote when I finish it is I'm gonna try to quote it myself. My goal is to try to quote it myself. That's the goal. I'm not gonna even tell no lies. That usually ends up being a lie when I say that. But the goal is to quote it myself, and I work for one of our largest hospitals, University Hospital here in Birmingham, Alabama, and I lead the team that posts the money for the hospital, all the payments for the hospital. And I am going to give each one of those ladies a quilt on my team, each one of my team members. And this is going to be one of them that I offer to them. This is one of them. And that's, I got to have, I think, six quotes to give one to each team member. Hopefully I can get that done by Christmas. If I keep picking patterns that are this simple, I may be able to do it. So I'm trying to. The online retreats. So I. What do you mean? She said, how did that work out? The online retreats? Let's see. I haven't been able to travel in the last year, so I have done several online retreats. I've done Tammy's, but I've never actually done like a online retreat that wasn't people that I was familiar with. Like, most of us watch the same lives, we watch the same groups of people. So if we did like an online retreat, one of us sponsored one and we were doing it, we would be talking to each other. We would all just be on maybe Zoom and be able to see each other's faces at the same time. But it would all still be us like on there. It wouldn't be people that we're unfamiliar with. And what happens in in-person retreats is you end up being in a room full of people that you start off unfamiliar with. Get up and go when you need to go, eat when you need to eat, sew with others when you want, talk. And so, yeah, that's how Tammy's is online. But that's how it is even when you go in person. It's the same. You eat when you need to eat, you sew when you need to sew. Most people come and it is a sew fest. There were people online that I met for the first time. Okay. And see, I've never done that. I've never done it with, well, it was me seeing people's faces for the first time, but I've conversed with them online, like through Tammy's Lives or whatever. So I knew the names, I just didn't know the faces. I didn't have anybody there that I hadn't known their face before. Really? I didn't. When I did the couple that I did, it was people that I was already familiar with from her lives. But when I went to an in person, and it was with the guild, and I hadn't been with the guild but a year, and the guild has 180 members. This year is 180 members. And they only allow for 45 with the guild, but that's 45 people. I hadn't met 45 people out of 180 and knew anybody's name. Of course, I've seen all these people at the meetings, but I don't know their names. I mean, once you meet one or two people, every time you come in there to a guild meeting, you looking for those same one or two people to sit next to. I didn't know anybody's name. I didn't know who the person that I was rooming with, which was a little bit unsettling, but you know, it turned out to be a really fun time. But you do the same thing. You get up when you want to. Funny, I'm a manager of a mental health billing as well as analytics and reporting. I am on the computer 9 to 10 hours a day. My fingers feel like I'm going to fall off. Yep, that's me. That's me. That's me. I used to be a biller. I used to be a biller for substance abuse facilities, and now I was a biller when I came to UAB and started here. But now with them, I am on the posting team. I am running the posting team instead of billing. And be perfectly honest with you, I would rather go back to the billing, but they don't pay me as much to do that. So I stay where I am. But yeah, I did a scrapbook retreat years ago. It was a lot of fun, but I had 3 friends with me. It was up in KC. Kansas City? Is that what KC is, Nikki? I have met new people each time on wine retreat. I'm gonna have to do another one of Tammy's. I don't know where there are any other ones, but I'm gonna have to do another one of Tammy's because I missed the last one. She said, oops, my comment up above got messed up. I meant to say, if the medication doesn't help, then try shots. Yeah. I'm going to try at least one more thing before I be like, look here. I don't like guinea pigging me either. Like, I don't like trying 5 and 6 things to figure out if, listen, let's just get to it. Let's just get it fixed and get it over. That's just my way of looking at it. Don't guinea pig on me now. I don't like that. I missed it, the last one, so I'm gonna have to pay more attention when she's putting them out there. Hi. Do I know your name, LTC Quilter? If I do, let me apologize because I don't know I do. I don't know I do if I do. Pam. Now I do. Hey, Pam. How you doing? Charge it to my head, not my heart. I know, but I'm from where Tammy's from. Tammy's family lives probably 20 minutes from me, which is in Alabama, and Tammy's in Wyoming. And that's a long ways to travel. So I won't be able to do that one. Oh, well, hi, Pam. Welcome. If I knew your name before you said it, just charge it to my head, not my heart. I got menopause and I don't be remembering stuff. I am psyched. What am I doing with these? I am cutting these off and pressing them up. And we're going to see what they look like. You're in Michigan. You a good little distance away too then. You a good little distance away. And Pam, you're in Texas. Okay. You're not that far from Tammy. Now, there's a retreat in Michigan that I'd like to go to next year. There's one in Michigan I'd like to go to next year. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to check out your channel. It's terrible, Zaza. It is terrible. Girl, this menopause brain of mine is terrible. Oh, cool. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna have to look that video up when I get off here. Yeah, this menopause brain of mine is terrible. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm not even gonna. I don't make up no lies about it. Oh, the retreat I want to go to is with So Let's Be Quilting. Her name is Amy Shotwell. She owns a shop in Pentwater, Michigan, called So Let's Be Quilting, and she has a bag subscription, and she has a whole quilt shop. And she did her very first one this year, and I want to go. It's terrible. It is terrible. It's terrible for me. I tell everybody, I'm an old woman and I forget. So, if you can't remind me about something, don't expect me to be able to keep them promises that you're trying to get me to make, because I'm going to forget it. I'm not going to remember. But it's in Pentwater, Michigan. And I have a lot of family in Michigan, but I want to go to her retreat. I wanted to go this year. This was her first one. This was her first retreat this year, and I think next year she's planning on doing at least two next year, because this year went so well. And it was $300 or $350. It was 4 nights, if I'm not mistaken. 3 hours away from you. Okay. It was like 4 nights for 300, 350, and it included every single solitary 3 meals a day and your whole stay and everything. And it would give me an excuse to go see some of my folks. Hi, Brian. I would love to go to one of Lynn's retreats too. Me too. Lynn gives retreats a lot. Let's see what she's saying now. Hey, Alicia. Hi. Oh, it says, have you joined the I Do Not Clear Club, Alicia? Not so much yet. Not so much yet. Hi, John. Not so much yet, but be perfectly honest with you, I didn't care before. To be 100% honest with you, I didn't care before. It ain't new to me, but I ain't really jumped on the bandwagon just yet. But I truly didn't care before the menopause. Nikki, every year they have a quilt retreat here. Expensive, but wow. I would love to go to one of Lynn's retreats, but there is a quilt shop here called what is their name? So Charming Quilt Shop. And they give retreats like kind of like reminiscent to me of what Lynn sounds like it is. They did a retreat for, it cost $275, and you got four. She is funny, Becky. And you got four projects. One project you were taught every day, and your $275 included all four kids. Your all four kids, your stay for those 4 days, and the food that you ate. Of course, it's local to me, so transportation wouldn't have been much because it wasn't far. So I love So Charming Clothes Shop in Clinton, Alabama. Yep, it wasn't far, but you got so much from that lady for a retreat. She gave a lot. I mean, a lot. She couldn't possibly have made no money off of it. I heard that T Quilts gives a very nice retreat. She does a couple in a year, more than one, right? I know she gives one in St. Louis, but she gives one somewhere else because she's from the St. Louis area, right? Bye, Lisa. Okay, let's see what I got for y'all so I don't have to keep y'all all day long. All right, I got all these made. I can get the others made. Bye, Lisa. Have a good evening. And this is what, wait, let me see, I'm going to get my cups going. Well, they don't matter because they go different ways. Here we go. There's one. There's one. So you're just going to make 24 of these this week. We're going to make 24 of these. Got some more cups. Apparently, I like the cups. Yes, she is. I heard they have a really good time too. I know she does a bus tour for every one of them. She does a bus tour, and that Carmel, what's her name? I really like Penny from So Charming. She's a sweetie. She really is. What's her name? What's her name? Her last name is Carmel, and I can't remember her first name. She has a YouTube channel. She's a African American lady that lives in California. Joe Carmel. She goes to T's retreats. Bye, Becky. Thank you so much for saying these are pretty. Bye, Becky. But you're just gonna do Joe Carmel. Yes, that's her name. She goes to T Quilts retreats. But we're just gonna make 24 of these, and then we will add them to the pile with these that we made last week. And the only thing we will have left to make are these little stars here. The star parts. And I think, hold on, let me see. Yeah. The star parts. But those are not half as tedious as they look, because you do not have to keep the points on any of them. You are purposefully cutting the points off. Oh, is it? She said all the shops Miss T is going to are close to my house. Oh, okay. Okay. But yeah, all we have left are those little star points. We will make those star points next Tuesday in our live. And there are a lot of those, I tell you that, because we're making 48 of those star points. They's big. But then when we put them together, it's going to take a while. So we'll have 2 more weeks after the star points, because there's a lot of pieces to put together. Because the star points are just simply these little pieces right here. So everything else or have to be like put together in rows. Gotta love that when the pattern is written that way. Yes, where you don't have to worry about those points. You can lose them. You can lose all the points. All of them. All of them. So that's what we have left. We all lose them all the time and worry too much about trying to keep them. But that's what's left. So I'll finish making these, add them to the pile with these crosses, these pluses, and then we will do those star points the next time, and then probably take a good 2 weeks after that to put the rows together because there's just a lot of little pieces in them. Does that sound like a good plan to you guys? I'm dancing to my husband's music in there, y'all. He in there having a whole class reunion moment. All his reminiscent music from his high school days. It's funny. Go, okay. All right, you ladies and gentlemen. I thank you so much for dropping by my little space. I'm so glad to have you guys and this nice conversation. Thank you so much for helping me figure out what was going on with this here finger of mine. And hopefully, it's going to get better. I'm really hoping it does. And with that, I'm going to call it an evening. Good night, you guys. Let me go ahead and see if my husband has burned up my kitchen while he's making dinner for me. And it's been so much fun. Thank you guys for dropping by. See you next time. 5 o'clock next Tuesday, everybody. I'll be here. I just figured out how to put an announcement out there. So I'm going to schedule it for next week. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.